live right now. Okay, we are live. How's everybody doing today? How are you all feeling? Hope everyone's doing well. Always bothers me when I'm still trying to figure out when exactly the okay. We are live. Okay, so getting into the markets, getting into what's going on, feeling out the situation here. First thing I want to do is reminisce, okay? This is where I would have been.
The New York Police Department.
This weekend.
Walking through the wonderful parade in this beautiful city. We here. We here.
What I used to do every year was I wasn't a part of any official group at the NYC parade. And what I would do was I would actually sneak into the parade. It was just like a thing I liked to do. It was something that I knew wasn't, officially right, but I had a plan and I knew how to do it. I knew the group that I would walk with, it would be friends and family of the NYC police officers. I could identify the group and I knew exactly what corner to get into the group. Around 50, I think I was always on 60th Street and 5th Ave or 58th right there. And I would wait on this corner and then kind of walk the cops. And then I'd do this, act like I was walking at the intersection, and then I'd bang a left into the crowd. So this is me sneaking into the parade.
Day parade, it's an honor to walk with the friends and family of the New York Police Department.
I would do it alone because most people couldn't pull it off.
Walking through the wonderful parade in this beautiful city. We here. We here.
Just sad, man. That's what I would have been doing had the parade gone on, but it didn't. So it's pretty sad. Makes me a little uncomfortable, but yeah. There's my aunt too. Thanks, Sam. Used to love that parade and the Boston one. Yeah, used to, right? When will the parades come back? Okay, so what do I see happening for SPXU? Well, it's going parabolic. Going parabolic on the daily. What's great to see is it's right here on the RSI sitting at 56, which means it has a nice chunk of movement till it has to get oversold up in here like this. And then we'll come back down. And the last time we were here, we went all the way from 17 all the way up to 27. So that's over 50% gains coming at you if you want to short today. So if you like making 50%, you could wait for a dip. I was in this since Thursday. I mean, you could have been watching my channel and doing what I'm telling you to do every single day. But hey, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. That's the, disclaimer here, right? And you can see the disclaimer written in my description as well. I just have to do that, or some idiot will lose a bunch of money and he'll blame me. So just getting myself squared away here. Nice to see the beach behind me. Oh, the beach breeze always comes in right here and just kind of comes into the window. Keep the fireplace going so I can stay a little warm, Best of both worlds, try to get my head clear. Okay, so what do I see happening for Bitcoin? Might as well jump into Bitcoin since it's open market. We're very oversold. The last time we were this oversold, we bottomed here at 7.5 and we came up hard. Well, we didn't, there's not a huge gains there, but there's some gains of 36%. I mean, that's 32%. That's some nice gains. And then another time we were right here and we started to run all the way up to 3rd candles here. Bitcoin's in this triangle here. Boom, where they meet. Now that would show me that Bitcoin will go up. Just deleting these other price ranges. I don't need them. And deleting that Fibonacci retracement. So this tells me that Bitcoin should bounce off the trend line if institutional traders are doing what they usually do and go up a nice 95% when it gets back to the top. That doesn't mean it won't come back down. to 4,700 again, or into one of these white regions, and then bounce. And then, what do I see begin? Meaning it can go either way, right? So this would put us up at 16.9, somewhat before the halving. Now, many people don't know what I'm saying when I'm saying the halving. Well, Bitcoin halves in May, okay? And that means that the supply will be cut in half in May. Intense, right? So once the supply gets cut in half, you think the demand is still here, especially with this horrible economy we're having. So gains of 145% coming for Bitcoin, something that I'm seeing possible, right? Now let's look at the other way. If this were to do the opposite, that could put Bitcoin down so this would be 0. That would put Bitcoin at negative 4,000, right? Which we're pretty sure it can't go negative, but it would put it past 0 if it would basically go to 0. So we're either going up 145% or we're going to 0, right? So we are on the bottom of this trend line. We're still in an uptrend. This low was not lower than this low here, right? At like 3170, 3100. And again, this is even the part of a bigger triangle. If you connect the dots here, you'd have to kind of change it a little bit, but it is part of a larger triangle with even bigger upside. I have been showing you this, guys, but I just want to go over it again because in times like these, people freak out, and I think you just got to remain calm and play the chart. The chart did say, look, we were in a triangle and there was a bottom of the trend line here. So 4,000 was in the cards. It really was. I mean, I didn't think it was extremely probable, but the chart said it was there. This would give you gains up to 226%, and Bitcoin will put you at 22,500. I think with the oversold buy here, a MACD cross coming, because we're into the red histogram, I think it's a really good time to buy Bitcoin, just in my opinion. I think we're about to have a massive move. So in my opinion, I think it's a good time to purchase Bitcoin and get into Bitcoin. But that's, hey, I'm always saying that. I always think it's a good time to purchase Bitcoin, but to purchase a large amount. This 4750 region is showing to be pretty strong. Let's see if there's any movement in the crypto markets while we're waiting for the big boy to wake up, the DOW. See how we're feeling here in Bitcoin, right? There's 5,200 cryptocurrencies nowadays, guys. So Bitcoin on 7 days, 24 hours, down 11%, down 39%. Ethereum, 46, down 14. So today is just a red day. But in the last hour, we've seen a little movement. Bitcoin up 2%, Ethereum 0.9, XRP 1, XRP all the way back to 13.7 cents. Insane. I did call a 15 cent. I didn't know we'd go as low as 13. Litecoin down 37. All the big boys down at least 30 to 40%. The entire market got banged out. Let's see what's going on with the overall market cap. Now the market cap took a hit as well, but you can see we're still in a very similar triangle to Bitcoin with the bottom out. So the market cap looks just like Bitcoin's chart. Careful there. And that puts us down at $133 billion, the entire crypto market. So not big at all. Honestly, getting crushed. Bitcoin dominance up very high at 64%. It seems like it's going to level off there, but it could go higher. It all depends. I'll never forget the day Ethereum got really close to Bitcoin's market cap. June 16, 2017. June 18th. Remember the job I was working, I was telling everyone, buy Litecoin, buy Litecoin. Litecoin was $5. I told everyone I knew to buy Litecoin. Follow me on Twitter at CryptoLifer33 just to get the basic news and what's going on. And yeah, let's see what's up with Fiat Leak. Show you where the money's going in crypto. And we'll also check out the Fear and Greed Index. See what's going on with that. This is a big indicator for me. When I see extreme fear for Bitcoin, it's always a time to purchase. You want to be purchasing in extreme fear. A 9, it's one of the lowest I've ever seen it. Then you have a lot of time to go until we get into extreme greed, which will be over here. This also is on for the stock market as well. I think, yeah. But let's look at fiat weekly. The fiat movement here. A lot of Bitcoin buying going on. So people are buying it up. You can see here. But the rest of the world, dead. It's really the US dollar that's taken over. A lot of times we would see, okay, they're waking up. They're waking up. Some money going into China there. Japan region. There's Japan. The won. The Korean dollar. You think the Korean should be doing something too. Who's also buying? We see any Africa buys now? No, just the British pound. The euro. So you can see the big, well, there's a big Bitcoin. That means it's a big buy. The bigger the little icon, the bigger the buy. So we're seeing some big movement here. A lot of money getting pumped into Bitcoin as we speak. I think this is a great price. I think institutions crashed the price on purpose because they knew they were going to have to get in. So they wanted a nice entry. They don't want to lose. In my opinion, they created a beautiful entry so they could just gobble up as much Bitcoin as possible. But wow. This is insane. Let's check the Dow futures and see what's going on with that. In the Gus funds. Gold continuing to kind of struggle. What do I see happening for gold? Okay. Well, I have all my support and resistance lines drawn. We bounced right off my white line that I had drew. I said this is a nice bottom here at 1450. That tends to be where I think gold doesn't want to go below. We're super oversold. It's a really good sign for gold because it made huge gains up to 1700, but even up into the 1400 regions was strong for it. Wash your hands, honey.
No, I did on my elbow.
All right. And it goes all the way down here to oversold region. Gold's looking strong. Good time to purchase gold as well. Very good time. So as someone who watches gold all the time, this is a very good entry for gold. The Dow. What's going on with the Dow? Let's see. See, it's cool. SPXU will show me the pre-market up 30%. That's not a good sign for the Dow at all. So Dow futures. See if we can get a look on that. Stock futures down, hit limit down, even as Fed slashes rates. S&P 500 ETF down 10%. Yeah, Dow futures soared 5% Friday and triggered limiting up trading rules. Here's how that works. Stock futures point to a recovery after, that was 3 days ago. But 28 minutes, the Dow futures are looking horrible. Let's look at the pre-market data in CNBC. Okay. Wow, Dow down 1,242 points. So it looks like we're going to open down 1,200 points on the Dow. Yeah, and I think there's more downside. Today could be the biggest Black Monday of all. I think we could see way more downside. And when I mean that, I'm thinking the Dow somewhere into the 2,000-3,000 loss. I mean, U.S. retail closures could surge. Roche has over 400 tests on the way. 400 tests? Like, I don't want to hear words like that. Like, that's crazy. So, trending right now. Royal Caribbean, Norwegian cruises, the entire sector is on watch after the industry suspended all voyages temporarily in response to the coronavirus. Boeing, the jet maker, was placed on credit watch negative by Fitch, reflecting the impact of the virus. Berkshire Hathaway has nominated former American Express CEO Ken Chana to its board of directors since Bill Gates stepped down. Yeah. American Airlines said it would cut 75% of its international flights through May 6th. Apple will close all of its retail stores for the next 2 weeks to minimize the spread of the virus. Walt Disney will make Frozen 2 available on its streaming platform, plus 3 months ahead of schedule, saying it was hoping to provide families with some fun and joy during this challenging period. Teladoc, the telehealth company, said it saw a 50% surge in virtual doctor visits over the past week, with as many as 15,000 requested per day. Teladoc. So that's something you really want to get into, is virtual doctors.
Here's $1 for the lemonade stand.
Thank you so much. I'll come out later and get some lemonade. But you know what? I'd rather give you silver, some real money, some real money, some silver. Imagine you came up, someone hands you an ounce of silver. Oh my God, gobble it right up. Most beautiful metal. It's antimicrobial. It kills viruses the second they touch it. It's pretty cool. Really pretty cool. Also, I'm getting some dropped frames here as well. That's weird. Very strange. Gotta all watch my own stream, make sure that it's actually. Let me see how bad it is. God, gobble it right up. Most beautiful metal. It's antimicrobial. It kills. All right, it's doing well. It's still doing well. People are moving with it. All right. Let's see what's going on. So I just want this market to open so I can see what happens. We have 20 minutes for the market to open. I'm going to go through all my cryptos that I've been looking at. It's just a bloodbath, though. Jesus Louises. Doesn't matter what asset you win. There's almost like no place to hide. You could have run a bear market. This bear USDT, something that I've been seeing. It's kind of flagging now again, even though it flagged before. Let's look at it on the 4-hour. This is how you short Bitcoin if you need to. It's kind of freaking me out because this is in a bearish form, but it has room to move on the RSI after being oversold. This tells me this is some downside for Bitcoin coming. We are in this, but we should actually come back down here. So when this comes back down, it's up here right now. It should come back down to its own trend line. So it should lose this 30%, maybe giving Bitcoin maybe another, I don't know, 3 to 6% gain. They're basically the inverse of each other, so they're always going to play the inverse off of each other. I appreciate you so much, but please. There you go. Yep. Awesome. Okay. You will get very rewarded for your awesome behavior, my love. Yeah, kids are home from school now. It's just a different world. OPK, man, something I'm looking at down in the pre-market 8%, but it's a health technology pharmaceutical major. It has something to do with a possible cure or vaccine for coronavirus, so look for that. Dogecoin up 3% today. Holding 33 Satoshis. Has a MACD cross coming. That's something to look at. Rep. So not many winners here today. The crypto market is not holding well. Matic had some gains last night. What do I see happening for XRP? Well, XRP just found a new place to hide, right? A new bottom. So we can extend our trend line down. We'll put a new, let me see where the wicks are. There's some candle body right there. Complete bottom at 12.8888. Wow. XRP hitting 12.8888. Still needs to come off the bottom of this trend line and then break through this wedge. So now we have even more gains coming. This was my old buy box. I didn't think we were going to get that low, but I did say we were going to get into the 16-cent region here. But now if we look at the price, we have 400% gains coming for XRP. If it just breaks out of this falling wedge, which it's been in for a long time, since May of 2018. When it breaks up, it will break out heavy. It's very oversold right now, extremely oversold. Has a MACD cross coming. This would be a nice time to purchase XRP. And I've said that before. We'll see how the market responds. Could it go lower? Honestly, there's really no stopping it because, look, it has no previous resistance or support here. Anything could happen, really, to this asset. It could free fall back to 8, 5, 6 cents. We did wick down here with big volume. But wow. These are different times, honestly. Very different times. This all played out how it was supposed to, though. There was a head and shoulders. There would be the actual target. We got a wick down for people trying to, they just wanted to get people who thought they were buying the bottom, wick them out real quick. Kind of sad. It's almost like either you believe in it or you don't at this point. XLM back to 3 cents. That's crazy, right? Look, it has the exact same pattern as XRP. They almost all do. Look, it looks like I'm looking at the same asset. You have to remember XLM was born out of XRP. that came out of each other. It was Jed McCaleb's little baby after he left with a sore butt from XRP. Excuse my language. XTZ, a nice something like that's usually really good to hold. People like to hold because it gives you 6% a year. Had some huge gains coming at it. And now it seems to be just in the doldrums as well. Down to 120. It did hit its, look at this is with the bottom here, you can see. So these are still respecting old price action, right? It's almost like the algos that they program, no matter what happens with the economy, they're going to have to sit on these algos because traders know they have to do it. So look, we had a bottom. Seems to be the place we came again. Honestly, we're very oversold. Looks like a MACD cross coming. I would purchase this right now. This looks, if you didn't have coronavirus around, this is the buy box here for XTZ. Something that looks very appealing. Please like, if I see 3 people watching, hit the like button if you can. I really appreciate it. Trying to get to 100 subscribers today. We're at 98. That will push me into a higher algorithm once we hit 100. And it also opens the channel up for more things for me. Yeah. Wow. Ontology down 28 cents. Pivx. Rep. Rep seems to be holding some gains. Let's see what's going on with Rep. Now we have this top trend line we're fighting through. But then we have this bottom trend line that has some higher highs. Getting very close into a triangle. Now the closer a triangle, guys, the more apt it is to have an explosive move. Like the more it gets into this apex here, this little region. Because look, now we can only have a little downside. So this is something, these are triangles I really like to play here. The reason is because your stop loss, you don't have to risk a lot to try to gain some moves here. So Rep looks like my play of the day for whatever reason, but it's in a good place. Its chart looks way better than XRP and others. So we could also see some downside for Rep. That would put it basically, let's see what could happen to Rep if it goes down the other way. Alt D is a duplicate maybe. Gotta learn. I think you can duplicate these things real easily. Whatever, I'll just draw my lines again. I know I can duplicate that pretty fast. So this is what I see. That if it breaks down, it goes back to 625 and loses 50%. If it breaks up, it goes up to 2167 and gains 55%. So we're looking at Rep. You could put a short down here. You could put a long up here. Cover yourself on both angles. Put a stop somewhere in the middle of the triangle and see if you can catch a move. That's something that is a plausible. We are up here on the RSI, so we're already oversold, which is an indication that this is going to start to make a move up back into the overbought region. Let's see what they're saying here. Fed fails to calm markets. Bitcoin gold slide alongside stocks. The number one digital asset, Bitcoin, once again saw heavy selling on Monday after news came out on Sunday that the U.S. Federal Reserve is taking emergency measures to mitigate the financial devastation that is currently going on around the world. As announced by the Fed on Sunday, the U.S. Central Bank is cutting interest rates to the band between 0 and 0.25%, the lowest possible, without going into negative territory. And also, we already were in negative territory because the interest rate was 1%. Now, we were sitting at inflation of 3%. So if you aren't getting, that means you're losing 1%. So they were already negative. If you do the math, they were already negative. I'm calling it now. This emergency rate cut to 0 and 700 billion in QE is the biggest monetary stimulus bomb the Fed can drop right now. If this doesn't work, they will have almost nothing left in the gun to fire. It's very true. And so it begins. Fed cuts rates 0, negative 25 basis points, 0 reserve requirement. We'll buy 500 billion in treasuries, 200 billion in mortgage-backed securities. People, you are watching the Fed sell your future to bail the banks again. Get good and mad. Yeah, people don't realize when they make these huge bailouts, what they're doing is every time they print a dollar, there's debt on that dollar because the Federal Reserve wants their money. They're a private entity. They're printing that dollar basically to gain money. That's why they're giving money to our system. So when you do this, you're raising the deficit so high that my daughter and her grandkids, my great-great-grandkids will have to pay this off. They're extending debt further than they need to. What's going on, Marcus Murphy? How you feeling, man? Really appreciate the comment. Really like that. Is there any asset you want to go over? Anything you want to talk about? Let me know. The channel is really for discourse, for people to kind of just get in, get a sense of the morning, see what's going on. So people can feel, I don't know, to me, I like to have a conversation with people. I like to spread ideas. It's kind of really why I do this. So follow me at SamPrice_remote chief. I put out an ad every morning. Like here, you can watch the ad. And how we doing today? How's everybody feeling? Markets are getting pummeled. So this is just, an idea here, and it tells you to go to my bio. Once you go to my bio, it tells you to hit the link. Of course, now, it tells you to hit the link right here, and it takes you to my live stream. And get that easy to get to my live stream, and you can be part of the game, part of the party. We are about to watch the market open. It's going to be a complete bloodbath. Why I'm shorting the S&P. I'm basically, what I'm doing is I'm putting my money where my mouth is right now so people can see what I'm doing live. I'm shorting the S&P. It's up now 32.4%. The market should open with a huge gain. I'm watching my portfolio and a few other people's portfolios that they let me manage for them. And I don't really manage it per se. I just basically click some buy and sell buttons for them just to help them out if they need it. I take no profits. I don't do it for any money. I really just do it to help people. So, legal disclaimer there. Oh, wow. But yeah, this is insane. The market will open in 9 minutes. 9 minutes. Okay, this is crazy. Russian central bank seeks to ban crypto issuance and circulation. After years of uncertainty about its cryptocurrency regulation, Russia is further confusing its proposed crypto law as the country's central bank made yet another statement on the issue. According to a legal executive at the Bank of Russia, the country's major but still unfinalized cryptocurrency legislation, a bill on digital financial assets, will ban the issuance and circulation of cryptocurrencies. Doesn't make any sense because I thought they had some big mining going on there. Alexei Guznov, head of the legal department at Russia's central bank, revealed the news in an interview with local news agencies, Interfax, on March 16th. Issuance and circulation of crypto in the country poses an unjustified risk. Although the original bill on digital financial assets stipulated that cryptocurrency trading would be allowed in Russia, the amended document would apparently prohibit nearly everything about crypto except holding, according to Guznov's latest remarks. The official said that the upcoming law will explicitly prohibit the issuance and circulation of cryptocurrency and would introduce penalties for violating this law. In terms of the functioning of the financial system and consumer protection system, legalization of the issuance and facilitating the circulation of cryptocurrencies is an unjustified risk. As such, the bill explicitly prohibits emission and organization of cryptocurrency circulation. Russia's central bank would likely be able to regulate Bitcoin transactions. Besides claiming that the crypto bill would ban Russian financial institutions from issuing digital assets, Guznov provided little clarity about the upcoming bill. When asked whether the Bank of Russia wants to ban residents from converting crypto into local fiat currency, the Russian ruble, a foreign currency, Guznov did not provide a direct answer. I don't like when people try to ban Bitcoin because, it creates fear throughout the markets. Now we have Trump. Trump tweets crypto rant, right? That was a long time ago, July, right? I remember that when that came out. Bitcoin taking a hit with the markets, down $700, 13% on the day alone already. Wow. So Bitcoin seems to just fall with the stock market. Eventually, I feel like it has to have some type of bottoming out. But you know what? I've never seen anything like this. So, oof. So stocks brace for Black Monday repeat. Data from Coin360 showed Bitcoin abruptly crashing 7% in Monday trading, having already sealed 8% 24-hour losses. At press time, the pair traded about 4,550 in volatile conditions, 50% lower at the same time on Sunday, after briefly hitting 4,440. Cointelegraph reported reactions to unprecedented stimulus measures by the United States Federal Reserve appeared mixed. See, what I think is going to happen is Bitcoin's going to go down with the market like it is right now. But eventually, people are going to realize that there's no other safe asset at all. And when they realize that, I think some people the majority of people will be going into Bitcoin and gold. So, like this is what I'm trying to say. It's happening right here. Zimbabwe returns to crypto as Reserve Bank proposes regulatory sandbox. The Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe is reported developing a regulatory sandbox for cryptocurrency companies in the country. The news was reported on March 16th by a local newspaper Chronicle, citing a representative from the bank speaking at a conference on March 13th. Chronicle reports that the RBZ's Deputy Director for Financial Markets and National Payment Systems, Josephat Mustafa, revealed that the bank is working on a regulatory framework that would see companies involved with cryptocurrency go through a special regulatory sandbox. The sandbox will reportedly help the bank decide if a particular company can be allowed to operate independently. Once you enter the sandbox, you either exist as a bona fide product to enter the market, or you are guided to say that you need to partner a bank, a mobile money platform, or your product needs to be licensed like a microfinance company. So Zimbabwe has trouble, basically it's $1 million to buy a loaf of bread, so then they make them all doom and gloom. All doom and gloom. Bitcoin drops below 5,000. Bitcoin price surges briefly after the Federal Reserve, but then fears of a $1,000 Bitcoin market Dow crisis. It's either going up or going down. If it goes down the same way it goes up, which is the measured move of a triangle, it will go to zero. All right, the market's about to open. Here we go, folks. Here we go. 9:27, 3 minutes till ba-boom. SPXU still holding these gains. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. I'm still a firm believer of Bitcoin. I think it will rise out of the ashes. Sam, the price is right. S&P, baby. There's my man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's make some money today. There's nothing else you can do but short the markets. It's really all I can do right now. It's my only play, so I'm hoping it works. Hoping it works. Get your stop losses in there, folks, because it could get worse. It could get worse. Get ready for a bloodbath. It's going to be ugly. 9:28, market's about to open. What's going on, Frank? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Marcus. Thank you guys so much for commenting. Yeah, people were just afraid. They don't want to look at these markets today. Could short Bitcoin, you would have been up 44% in less than 24 hours. So shorting Bitcoin is even the play right now. Got to short gold too. I don't understand how gold is going up. This is JDST in the pre-market. It's up 26%. So if you were that's how you short gold. Here, gold is down to $4 in the pre-market. This is crazy to me. So gold down 12%, a gold ETF. It basically 3 times. So look, gold's down 4%. This is down even more. It's crazy to me. I don't understand. I guess they say gold does crash during. I didn't know that. I never thought gold would crash during a recession, but I guess when I looked it up, it does happen. We do have a double top here. So if we look at the double top on gold, all right, it brings us. How you do double tops? You take a top of a head, you bring it to this neckline, and then you bring it to this center here. And look, I mean, it's uncanny how it went pretty dang close. Also hit my line that I had drawn like months ago. It's my green buy box too. I say this is where you accumulate. So in my opinion, buying a gold ounce would be a good idea right now. But you know what's strange is gold is now keeping a premium in physical gold. So many people want gold and it's starting to be scarce. There's a scarcity right now with gold supply. All these gold suppliers having a harder time filling bigger orders. More people are flocking into physical gold. And it's keeping the price up despite the spot price. So the spot price is down 14. Usually this will go with the spot price. And honestly, this hasn't updated. You're still going to pay $1,600 to $1,580 for an ounce of gold, no matter what here. South African gold Kruger, the kangaroo gold coin here in Australia, and, of course, the American golden eagle common date. If you want any date, you pay $16.26. Yeah. Before you could get anything you wanted. Now they only have common dates. It's interesting. I can already see that things have changed on this site. Okay, here we go. Market opens, and we're there. Dow Jones down 2,250 points on the morning. My goodness. XPXU up 33%. Boom. That's how you do it, folks. That's how you make money in this market. You have to go against the grain. There's no other way. Amazon tanking. A position someone I know is in, down thousands of dollars on Amazon. When do you eventually cut these stocks off and start shorting the market in total? It's about time. Oof. I don't even want to see these things. Wow. So up 33% on these shares. Let's look at the 1 hour so we can get a view of how this is working here. They may halt trading immediately, which they're going to halt trading again. We know that. Looks like they already halted it. It opened and it's not moving now. Only thing I see moving is gold and Bitcoin. So I can tell that the markets were halted already. Let's get into the news. I think markets were just halted again. Don't listen to a word Trump says. I'm sorry if you're a Trump supporter, but we had 4 people sick and he said everything would be fine. Not true. And I'm just going over the news. I'm not even political. Your new nickname is Sam. The Price is Right. Yeah, man. Yo, you gotta short these markets, man. Like, don't think we're going to bounce up. There's no dead cat bounce coming. It's not happening. We're in a Great Depression, folks. I think the stocks were just halted. Okay? Stock market halted. Let me go to Google search. DuckDuckGo, I like that you don't track us and all that, but you got to do a better job. Like, I can never seem to get the news like Google gives it to me, right? Okay, so stock markets halted. They're halted, you could see, because they opened and just immediately got halted. You can't print money to zero and get, Come on, man. Let me get some live coverage right now. Let's go to Bitcoin. Anyone out here on YouTube? Wow.
And it was based on some data, and I knew they had to do it. I said it would go down to either 0.5%.
Hey, and I listen to Mike Maloney. I listen to people older than me. That's where I get a lot of my basis. Like, he taught me everything I knew. He had a Hidden Secrets of Money. It's an 8-part series. He explained everything that the Fed was going to do to try to get us out. And he said they're just going to helicopter money. They're really going to pour money until they did it.
And then, just after getting the video edited,
That's awesome, man. Well, I was saying, I like to keep the window open to get the air to blow in, and I keep a little fireplace on in the background, Stock market limit down activated. Yeah, Scott, can you send a link or something to the Twitter feed? I can't seem to get any news on the market halted. Did I not? Trading halt. Second level trading curb site. New York Stock Exchange Index on Twitter. The S&P index is declined, triggering a level 1 market-wide circuit breaker. Okay, 3 minutes. Trading halt. U.S. equities markets will resume after 15 minutes. Wow, it's the 3rd time they've halted trading, man. 10 a.m. announcement by the governor of New York. Ooh, that's scary, man. They may begin to quarantine us today. I'm really freaked out. I'm going to get stuck in New York. I really don't want to get stuck in New York. Like, I may have to get out of here today. I don't know what's going to happen. But, yeah. This is a bloodbath, guys. This is horrible. I knew I could feel it happening. I could feel it happening. So if I wanted to take money on my position right now, I couldn't, right? I would be unable to do that. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Sorry, guys, if you're Catholic. I'm Irish, and I heard it all the time when things weren't good in the house. And things aren't good in this house at all. Wow. Just in, the governor of New York, New Jersey, and CT will make a joint announcement at 10 a.m. Oh my God! All the governors are gonna make a joint announcement. That, you know, they're gonna quarantine us. They're gonna make a quarantine. We're not gonna be able to go outside. Oh my gosh! I want to get out of here. I don't want to be in New York City and stuck in my apartment for a long time. I have a place I can go to with some land where I could actually at least go outside my back door and walk around. This is crazy. These are crazy times. Absolutely crazy times. Man, I would like to keep streaming all the way. The next halt is 15 minutes. They halted the stock market again, honey. It's not good.
What?
Yeah. What would you do with all your money?
I would just put it in Bitcoin safe in a spot.
You'd put it in Bitcoin, safe in a spot?
Yeah.
Give me a kiss, sweetie. You're smart, huh? She knows what to do. She knows what to do. It's about to get bad everywhere, not just cities. We're all in it together. No, I know, but once you're like quarantined in an apartment, which I've been self-isolated for 4 weeks now, okay? We only go out on the weekends to very remote areas. Every time I get something, I could actually show you guys a video. I'm going to try to show you guys a video here. I'm going to go to my iCloud for a second. Trying to show you how I get groceries in, because, you know, while we're waiting for the market to move again, only thing moving you can see on my thing is Bitcoin. I really think Bitcoin's going to bottom here. I have faith that Bitcoin's going to make it out of this. And I know people think I'm out of my mind, but it's a fixed asset while they're printing money out the bazoo. When they're printing money out the bazoo and there's a fixed asset here, it makes me think that people are going to get wise. Like, why would you want something that is just everywhere, right? Like, once you boost the supply of something, you lower the value. It's supply and demand. We all learned this growing up. It was basically the basics that we learned. So, Sam, you just coughed. I didn't cough, man. It's about to get bad everywhere. I have no cough. I have no signs of being sick whatsoever. Not even close. So don't even go there, Scott. Don't even go there. You're the one with a sore throat, man. I seen you this morning. Don't let me put the picture up of you with your face covered. You know? How are you feeling, by the way? You all right? I'm just going to show you guys how I get the groceries now. Okay?
Shoot. Action.
When the groceries get delivered to my house, this is what I'm doing to take care of them. Okay? I keep a bowl full of bleach in the sink. So my hands are right now going into a bleached bowl.
She's doing an excellent job keeping you in the frame. Why do you have to dry them?
I'm putting that in bleach as well.
No, she's good. She's gonna be my music video filmer soon.
She's awesome.
So we get a delivery. We just kind of wave. I just say something through the door. I don't say anything to the guy at all. I get my groceries.
You forget where you contaminated every time now.
Daddy. See?
So I take products out,
Full, Sam.
and I actually put them in a bowl full of bleach. See?
I'll do
the bowl?
it.
I clean everything that gets delivered to my house. Everything.
Oh, now that's how you get all messy.
Wash the bleach off. And then I keep taking products.
Yeah, put bleach and then we'll wash
Even
them.
vegetables, I just stick them in the bleach water for a second. Then I wash them off real
When we
fast.
go to the pool,
Hey, me.
all the other vegetables, don't worry about it because I'm gonna cook them in heat.
Yeah, I did read, and I think I reported on that, not to take Advil or ibuprofen. It can make it worse, like, which is strange, right?
Yeah.
But you see the precautions I'm taking every time I get something from the supermarket. I am making sure I bleach it, okay? I'm making sure I bleach it because you got to. You got to do it. You got to do it. Okay, we just, every once in a while, the Brave browser just likes to destroy all my windows, which is great, but not too great. Right? I had the chat up. I had it all moving. Okay. Apparently, I heard that the French government was saying not to take Advil ibuprofen makes it worse in young people. No, I was seeing that too. I did read that exact thing. So the markets are still halted. They'll be brought back in 15 minutes. So at 9:45, I guess they're gonna open the market back up. They didn't see this coming. I mean, to me, it was obvious that I'm a little dude sitting in his apartment. How come our government couldn't see this coming? How come the Fed doesn't? The Fed is behind the 8 ball. They are now reacting to things instead of doing other things. Just let's listen to Mike Maloney because he's smarter than me and he taught me everything I know.
While it was uploading, they announced that they were cutting rates. So the Federal Reserve cuts rates to 0 and launches massive $700 billion quantitative easing program. Now, down further in this article here, there's a paragraph that I want you to look at. The Fed also cut reserve requirements of thousands of banks to 0. So they don't need any reserves anymore.
That's not good. They used to do fractional reserve lending. Now they don't even need a fraction, right? They don't need to reserve any money at all now? Like, this is bad news, guys.
In addition, in a global coordinated move by central banks, the Fed said the Bank of Canada, the Bank of England, the Bank of Japan, the European Central Bank, and the Federal Reserve and the Swiss National Bank took action. So they're all coordinating these things together. The rate cuts, what's happening right now, we're coming to the end of a debt supercycle. The coronavirus was the pin that popped the almost everything bubble. All of these bubbles are deflating. They're panicked and they're losing control. This, like I said, it's the end of a debt supercycle. They're going to try and blame everything on the coronavirus, but it was actually destined to happen anyway because of the way that our modern banking system works and the leverage that they had built into this system and the complexity of the system makes it more and more and more fragile, and now the system is beginning to break. Banks lowered rates and did swap lines. The quantitative easing will take 500 billion of treasuries and 200 billion of agency-backed mortgage securities, so mortgage-backed securities. And it starts Monday. So the Fed cut rates, but look at this. It's 700 billion worth of asset purchases. They counterfeit currency into existence and they buy stuff. They buy stuff away from you and me. They create all this currency. Now, quantitative easing, I'm going to explain this in an upcoming video because nobody seems to know how quantitative easing actually works. And so I'm going to show you that it's complete.
I've been watching this guy for 10 years. He taught me exactly what's going on. And that's why a lot of my live streams, if you go back to my other live streams, my earlier videos, I start the video with his video showing people what's happening in the markets, okay? 99 subscribers. Someone just send this to a friend. Let's get to 100 right now. Come on, send this to a friend. Tell your girlfriend, wife, sister, just press the damn subscribe button, okay? I've been going live every single morning, protecting every single person I know's wallet. I've been trying to explain what to do in these markets, and it just is a complete bloodbath, okay? They haven't halted trading yet. I think we're going to go into $3,000. I think today will be the worst day in the stock market's history, and I think this week will be the worst day in stock market history. I think XPSU will end up making 70% gains or more in a parabolic move. This reset was just good for us. We have a MACD cross coming. See, when this blue line crosses this red line, it means we're off to the races, right? So the Dow, oh my, she is the best thing in my life, man. Without her, who knows? I do it all for her. Our government is clueless. I don't understand. Like, we have a guy who watched the market go up 2,000 points while he's running his mouth. So they open up trading again. We're down now. We're gonna hit 3,000. A loss of 3,000. SPXU didn't seem to get much more move, but it's there. Now the Dow down 2,700 points. Okay. You go to my Instagram, man. I'm telling people this before the market even opens. I'm showing you the Dow futures. Like, if anyone says that I'm not on point, I was on point about the coronavirus coming here. I told every single person I knew, get food, start stocking up. Oh my God, this is a bloodbath. Again, let's go back to my Dow prediction. I wish I could put dates on these lines, but we can simply go back to my other live streams, and I can show you guys how I was predicting the Dow a long time ago. I drew this Fibonacci retracement, and why I did it was I basically showed people the market, right? I showed people what was going on. If we go to the weekly, we have, this was the .com bubble right here, right? In the 2000, in the 2000s, 1999. And we came, and I've done this many times, but this is just to get it home to your heads, to simplify it. 11,000, the Dow dropped all the way back to 7,000. Yeah, this is very close to the second biggest percentage drop by day in history of the Dow. We are living through biblical times, straight up. 14,000 all the way down to 6,000, right? This was the stock market. This is the housing market. The, credit default swaps and the mortgage-backed securities. This is 2008. That's what they claimed it was, but we know. Then they printed money, gave all these institutions free money. It got into a rising wedge, which has a 68% chance of a break to the downside. I drew a Fibonacci retracement. And that said we would go back down into the golden pocket of 0.5 to 618, which puts the Dow at 15,000 points, man. We still have 25% more to go. And honestly, if this is what I think it is, it could end up being a 10-year depression. Could take us 10 years to dig ourselves out of this. The previous second biggest drop was 1929. No, we're in for it. We're in for it hard today. Something up with the short. It looks like they stopped shorting. It looks like they won't let you short the market right now. Look, because my short isn't moving anymore. So something's going on with the shorts. Can I sell my short? What is going on right now? The shorts aren't moving. Okay, it started to move. Thank God. For a second, the short wasn't moving at all. There was no blinking on this asset. And I was a little disturbed by what was going on. So this is now panic selling. If you haven't seen panic selling yet, you just don't know what it is. I mean, this is bad news. I would not buy the dip on stuff like this. I would be very, very careful. Now, Bitcoin holding its losses from last night. So as everything crashed, Bitcoin's good. I would get into Bitcoin right now. 4,600. I don't think there's much more downside. We already went to our 3,800. We bounced back to 53. Then we found our little bottom area here. We're at the bottom of a trend line. We're moving here. There's definitely about 95% gains coming for Bitcoin. They might not be able to honor the shorts. Why can't they honor our shorts, man? Honor my shorts. It sounds like I'm talking about my laundry, but I'm not. I'm talking about my short trades. This is crazy. This is crazy. One of the worst losses I've ever seen in the history of the Dow. Man, jeez Louise. Oof. I'm still holding the short. I don't know what else to do. I kind of want to take profits, but I think I should just keep holding the short. I don't really see anything else to do here. Wow. Walmart down pretty bad. Amazon down pretty bad. Walmart down 9%. Amazon down 8%. And SPXU shares up 30%. You can't make this stuff up, guys. You really can't. Sam, something is going on with the short for sure. No, they're pinning our shorts, bro. They're doing something because our short should have skyrocketed. So we need to look into this right now. Biotech headlines for this: Biotech says coronavirus vaccine test begins next month and Project Lightspeed. So there's maybe a move here. BNTX. Let's look at BNTX. Are they going up right now? Yeah, because look at BNTX up 39% today alone. Look at this thing. It was in a bull flag. It broke out of the flag. How you do that is you look at flags, kind of a flat lined area. This is basically a flag. And what you do is you take the length of the pole, you bring it to where it should break out of the flag, and that's where you get your target. So this has some movement more up. Sometimes it only gets 70% of the target, so it kind of is doing its thing. So bio and tech, BNTX, that looks like the play for the day. Also, you could have shorted Bitcoin up 36%. You could have shorted the market up 30%, and you could have shorted gold today up 15%. I think gold has bottomed here, as I showed you before. This was its bottom place here at 1440 to 1450 region. MP going to throw a couple thousand into cryptocurrency. Any suggestions which currency look good? Yeah. See, look at this, man. This is going to happen to a lot of other people. They're going to start getting into Bitcoin. All right, right now, if you had $3,000, let's say you had $5,000 to go into Bitcoin right now. First thing I would do is take $2,000 and buy Bitcoin today. There's not a lot of downside, so I think that's what you're going to do. We're on the bottom of a trend line. I showed you, I think we're going to go up, down, up again. You're not going to buy and sell it if you're someone who's just going to buy and hold. Okay, so that would be my first move. Okay, my second move would be buy. Let me go to Crypto Lifer 1. These are all the cryptos that I watch regularly. And thank you so much for the comments today. You guys are all pouring in. You're really making this a community. This is what it's supposed to be. This is why we're here. This is why I do this for a living. Okay. Okay. Now, what I see is the safest bet is Tezos. Why Tezos? Number one, it's extremely oversold on the daily. It's getting down into this region, so it's a good buy. It seemed to have bottomed here twice. It bottomed here again at 120. You get 6% a year. Bitcoin brand. Yes. You can buy any of these assets on Coinbase, or you can open up a Binance account, which is, there's no issues with doing that. Just get a VPN, put your place in Iceland, and open up a Binance account. Buy it on Coinbase. Send the Bitcoin to Binance and buy it, or you can just use it. Just subscribed the other day, but love the knowledge. Keep it up. Ali Farhat. Ali, where are you from, man? I really appreciate it. That means the world to me. Thank you so much. Now, can we hit 100 subs right now? Like, there's no reason why we shouldn't. 100 subs. Come on. Let me see that triple digit. Just get a VPN. Busting it. 99, man. Send this to somebody. Let's get 100 right now. Let's get 100 right now. And you know what? I don't even care about that. I'm just doing so much. I feel like I'm helping people not lose money. I'm helping people stay safe from the virus. So I haven't monetized any of this channel. So I'm just pushing it. So London, man. What's it like in London right now? See, this is another thing. We get international data from around the world here. So I want to go back to Mario. Mario, this is for you right here. You asked a great question. So I would get into XTZ. It gives you 6% a year on a dividend. It already bounced from 120 up 120. I think this is the move right now. A wick up means people were buying it. It has a MACD cross coming on the daily, which is strong. It's very oversold on the daily, which is strong. This is where you want to buy assets in this region when it's really oversold. That means there's a lot of upside potential to this. I would put your money, if I had $5 grand, $2,000 into Bitcoin. Yes, it's spelled Tezos. No, Tezos. XTZ.
Lemonade for sale.
And my wife and my daughter is selling lemonade right there. It's pretty cool, you know, trying to get that money. Okay, then another thing that I would buy is VET right here, VET USDT. If you can get it on Binance. Why VET? Because it's already had some deals with the Chinese government. So it's in with communist China government. It's extremely oversold right now. Has a MACD cross coming. So to me, this is time to buy VET as well. I think some big gains are coming for VET. Yeah, XTZ, VET. Okay. Another strong coin is Matic and Link, but Link. So these are my safest plays are Link, XTZ, Bitcoin. We're oversold again. MACD cross coming. And yeah, so we see some big moves on Link, XTZ, Bitcoin. And these are projects that are hugely connected to the entire crypto world. I want to try to put money into XRP and Bitcoin. I have roughly 6K. Help me split it. Okay. What I would do is you can follow me. I always like to follow Bitcoin. Bitcoin over time makes more gains than almost any altcoin ever. Even though altcoins go up thousands of %, they eventually crash as well. So if you're not willing to play them and really look at them every day and buy and sell, if you want to make a long-term hold, okay, so you want to put money, 6K USD into XRP and Bitcoin. First thing I would do would put 3,500 into Bitcoin immediately. I would buy today. I think it's a good buy. Or I would ladder my buys in. I like to ladder my buys in. So what I do is I split my allocation. I'll be done in 5 minutes. And then I'll help you with the lemonade stand. Okay, so this is what I would do. I would split my allocation immediately. So the first thing I say is I have 6K. 3,500 into Bitcoin, 2,500 into XRP. Okay? XRP does have bigger gains, so that's up to you. You may want to go heavy on the other way, but this is what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay. So you would buy XRP. This is like the lowest I've ever seen XRP. Really. Like, it's in my buy range. It's very oversold. These are places where you really want to buy these cryptocurrencies. Again, they're not printed into oblivion like the dollar is. Market coming back a bit. Got to see what this 10 a.m. news is, though. They closed the border between Spain and Portugal. Wow. All right. So then I would put, now that the $3,500 into Bitcoin, I would split that up into buys as well. So today I would buy 1750 of Bitcoin, and then I would wait a day or two. What if Bitcoin goes down to 38? Then you can ladder in your buy. What if Bitcoin goes up to 5.3? Then you ladder in your buy as well. But at least you make your initial purchase. So today I would split it into 3,500 and 2,500, and I would buy 1750 of Bitcoin and 1250 of XRP. I would wait a few days to a week, and then I would continue to ladder in the second buys. You can also split it into threes, but I would just buy it in increments, even when you want a position bigger. Unless you just want to buy it all today and get it over with, that's also a chance. I think they're going to go up so much that you're not going to worry about the little ladder ins, but the smartest thing to do would be to ladder in. Could you stop the ringing just for a second? Really appreciate it, honey. So let's go back to the Gus funds and see what's happening with the Gus funds. So now this short is taking a little bit of a hit, which is strange because it was down, the Dow was down so bad, right? Now the Dow's 2,300, trying to minimize these losses. I see as more and more shutdowns happen too, we see a lot of things happening. Okay, guys, I have to jump. I have things I have to do at 10 a.m. I also want to watch this thing that I know most of you are probably going to watch it, so I'll probably lose a few viewers. Ali, please send this to a friend, family member. We're at 99 subs. I just want to get to 100 subs. If I gave you some value, let me know. Also, everyone on the channel, I'm doing this for free. I am struggling as a person out here doing my thing. We have Bitcoin address, Litecoin address, Ethereum, XRP, and Bitcoin Cash. If you got some value and you really want to help me out, you could just send me some crypto to any of those addresses, and I will greatly appreciate it. I'll shout you out. It'll be awesome. We have an explosion coming for gold as well. I didn't cough. I'm clearing phlegm because I sometimes do a little bit of this late at night. I have no cough. When you cough with this, you go, it's deep. I'm clearing my throat. I do this all the time. I'm doing it for years. So anyway, yeah. How long is this drop? Honestly, we don't know exactly what's going to happen, man. I can't tell for sure, but that's why you ladder in. That's why you ladder in. If it goes lower, you have a little cash on the side to get a little more, right? So now the Fed is obviously pumping money into this. They're doing anything they can. Bitcoin now, huge spike. See, I told you to buy Bitcoin a second ago on this bottom of this trend line. We were at 46, 45. We're already back to 48.30. Bitcoin is starting to make a move back. I think this is a perfect time to purchase Bitcoin. So to get a Bitcoin under $5,000 when the halving is coming in May, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. But guys, I got to run. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so you can find out when I post my next video. And remember, if you came to my channel,